Alright guys, so yes, I definitely wanted to give you a plant update and share with you some new plants I got. I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. As you can see, there is a plant that is peeking right next to me, and I got this plant, and this is the Philodendron Hope. It's such a beautiful plant. I just love the leaves. It looks like this. And you would never believe that this plant was $14 at Wegmans. Like, it is such a beautiful, exotic plant that you cannot find everywhere. And when I bought this plant, it had like some beautiful new babies. So it showed me that it was healthy and just doing really well. I cleaned the plant down with neem oil and mixed it with water, and the plant just has such a beautiful shine and luster to it. So this is the Philodendron Hope. So I have to decide what I'm going to name this plant. Maybe lettuce. That's what it looks like, right? Here is a update with my Monstera delicioso, and this plant, the Philodendron Hope, is a new plant. The Monstera plant is a cutting from the old Monstera I have. If you look in my previous videos or on Instagram, Glam by Day of Plants, you'll see I had a really big Monstera. That one had to rest in peace, but I took some cuttings and it created a whole new plant. So this one is doing really well. It's such a beautiful plant. I also cleaned it with water and neem oil. I just repotted that plant to a bigger plant, so right now it's trying to a bigger pot with new soil. So now it's trying to adjust a little to the new soil, but I'm super excited to see the new sprouts in the spring. So my plant wall, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to explain this, but I guess you can see most of the plants here first. But right here, this is my what is this one? The Brazil, I think it's Philodendron Brazil. As you can see, it's doing really well. And guys, I really want to share with you Joe's fertilizing spikes. I put that in all of my plants. I followed directions. This is maybe about a month ago, and I've already seen results with the growth of my plants. This one is just doing really well. We're back. So right here, this is also my what plant is this? The Hoya Carnosa Princess variegated. It's doing really well. Excuse me, Queen. This is the variegated Queen. It's doing really good, but I noticed that when I first got that plant as cuttings, there were a lot of pink cuttings, pink leaves, because with variegated plants, when they're first born, I believe they start off pink and then they gradually change into the green and white. But I didn't have this plant in direct sunlight, so that's why the pink didn't come. So I'm going to start placing this plant now in direct sunlight so I can see some pink on it. The next plant is this one right here. This is my Hoya obovata plant. It's growing. I just repotted it. It's been like over a year I haven't repotted. So it's still growing though. So I'm really excited to see how fast this plant will grow since I've repotted it. But it's doing really good. Hoyas are like my favorite plant family because they don't really give a lot of problem. I do really well with them. They do really well with me. The next plant, as you can see, this one right here is just growing crazy. This is my Philodendron Mikan plant. As you can see, it's all the way at the top. I'm going to have to grab it for you, but look how long it is. It is super long. When I have the baby, I'm going to have to find a way to, you know, lift up the leaves because I know he's going to want to pull on it. This is the Philodendron, yes, the Philodendron green heart plant. You guys know what I mean. But this one is doing really well. I also had cut the vines off and made a new plant, I believe. Yes, I did. And you can see some new growth there. It's really good. So, yes. So, I'm trying to make this wall my vining wall. But now I'm thinking, like, was it a bad idea? Because when the baby gets older, he's going to want to pull on these plants. So, we will see. This one right here is like my struggle plant. A friend of mine sent this cuttings to me from New York. And this is the, I think it's the Cebu Blue Pothos. Cebu Blue Pothos. And this plant is such a fighter, like, still trying to hold on. I definitely took some cuttings and I'm propagating it in water in case something happens with this plant because it's such a beautiful plant, as you can see. The next plant right here is my silver speckled pothos. It's really pretty. There's another variation of this plant, whereas the leaves are much bigger, but this one is the one with the leaves that are smaller, but they look very similar. But yes, this one is starting to vine now. It's getting longer. So I'm super excited about that because this one is just so pretty. Look at the silver on it. Really pretty. The next one is my Hoya Publix plant. And I remember I got this plant as cuttings. You know, because sometimes it's cheaper to get cuttings. They're like $5, $3, $8. And then you can create a whole new plant and watch it grow. And this one I got as cuttings last year, I believe. And look at it now. It's growing really well. Granted, cuttings take a lot longer to form, like, you know, the roots to grow. But it's so worth it because I remember when this plant was just a little baby plant and now it's doing beautiful. So this is the Hoya Silver Publix plant. Alright, so now I'm going to get up and you're probably going to see my large belly. If you can see it right here. So let's show you. This next plant right here is the Hoya Carnosa Princess. And this plant really took off. Look how full and lush it is. It's just super beautiful, especially in this pot. I'm also going to start putting this plant by some daylight so I can see the pink leaves, because this is a variegated plant too. But as you can see, it's not a lot of pink variegation going on. So I will be putting this one by light, but it's definitely full and beautiful. The last two plants on my wall is the pothos, the green pothos jade. It's such a lush plant. Look how beautiful the leaves are. I know that in this spring, this plant is gonna start to vine, but it's just so lush and it's so rich. It's just such a beautiful plant. And this plant was as cuttings, so I love this plant. It's just such a beautiful lush plant. And the last plant on my plant wall, as you saw, oops, I was sitting on the leaves. This is the Philodendron Micin. I actually need to water this plant. When the leaves start kind of curling up just a little, that's an indication that you need to water it. But I don't water this plant too much. But this plant has just taken off. This is one of the plants that was in the mail. I did a video. You can go back and look. If I remember, I'll try to put it in the comments below in the description box. But this was a plant that was lost in the mail last year for 10 days. So then I had another Philodendron Micin that the person sent me because the plant was lost. And then I combined them too, and they've been best friends ever since. That's why it looks so full. So this is like 2 4-inch Philodendron Micins. And look how long the leaves are. Why can't my hair grow this long? Rapunzel! Such a beautiful plant. Yes, I love the lush, velvety leaves. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you some other plants that I have over here. Let me show you my snake plant. This is my snake plant, you guys mostly know. And it's finally getting longer right here. This plant has been in this pot for maybe about 2 years. I haven't repotted it because snake plants don't give a lot of issues. They don't cause problems. And I'm fine with it being in this pot in this length. Maybe if I get some time, I'm going to repot this plant. Maybe, but snake plants do well, really well anywhere, anyhow. They're like one of the best house plants to have. But I just noticed how long this one is finally growing. Like, I'm so excited. I gave it that Joe's spikes and this plant just started taking off. So, super excited. Yes, if you're looking for an easy plant that doesn't require a lot of maintenance, I encourage you to invest in a snake plant. Those are one of the best plants, or a pothos plants. Alright, so now on to the next plants. This is one of the plants that I've propagated. I thought I had it propagated in water, but I didn't. I just made a new plant, and this is such a cute plant. It's mixed with the Philodendron Brazil and some of the Philodendron heart-shaped green leaves. So this would be a mixed plant with both of those. I was just trying to do something different, but you know, it has some new growth here, and it's doing really good. So it's going to be such a cute plant, and this is like a really cute pot. The next plant is this one that's finally taken off. This is the Jercana lemon lime plant. Ever since I gave it the Joe's Spikes fertilizer, I've noticed this plant taking off. It looks so pretty and lush, and you see the reason why they call it lemon lime is because this looks like lemon lime, like the colors. Love the variation. The next two plants I'm currently propagating in water, in my mineral water Topo Chico bottles. I'm propagating, as I said, the Cebu Blue, but this plant is a challenge. I'm not going to give up though, but we shall see. It already started to root, but I'm going to keep it in here and let it grow more. And then this is the green Philodendron heart plant. So yeah, I'm propagating these in water. Also, this is my other snake plant right here. This one's growing really long and starting to grow full, as you can see. So I'm super excited about that one. I also have another snake plant that it looks just like this one, but the only difference is that the leaves are the dark green color, but looks just like that. Guys, so I remember a few weeks ago I introduced you to my newest peace lily. Her name is Susie, and you guys, a lot of you who've been following me, you know that I've been having some challenges with peace lily. My last peace lily named Lucy tried to give me a hard time, but I have a new peace lily. We moved on past that. This new peace lily, Susie, has been giving me so much life, and I just want to show her to you. Let's see, because she's kind of big. This is how she looks. Very big and lush. But if you can see here in the forest, this white bloom, you see it? So yes, she's going to be blooming soon. So the more exciting part is that when I was looking at the plant, just checking it, it's 2 other blooms. So there's 3 white blooms that are going to be blooming on this peace lily really soon. I'm super excited. I've never had owned a peace lily that bloomed again. So this one has 3, and then there's 2 new baby leaves that are 2 new big leaves that are sprouting up too. First I was worried with this plant because 2 leaves at the bottom started to die and turn yellow. But I looked it up. It could be a part of life, the cycle. And I moved this plant from direct light. It's still in a bright setting, but it's been moved to indirect light, but still in a bright setting, and it's been doing really well. So I'm so excited. I think the trick with peace lilies is when you buy a new peace lily, don't repot it as soon as you get home. That was what I was doing. I let it kind of stabilize in its new home and just was patient with it, and it just started to do really well. I also added the Joe's Spikes fertilizing spice in it as well. So this plant is really well. So this plant right here is my ZZ plant right here. It's growing beautifully. Look how pretty it is and long it is. I can't wait till it grows just a little bit fuller, but look at this beautiful ZZ plant. It is just super, super, super beautiful. I keep it in the bathroom with the window. It doesn't give me any issues. That is one of my favorite plants. Amazing plant. This one right here is my Hoya curtsy. I got this as cuttings last year, and it's finally starting to grow. I just repotted it to a bigger plant, so it's doing really, a bigger pot. It's doing really good. It's a little bit of a slow grow, but it's definitely growing. You see some new growth right here on this little baby leaf. Not right there if you can see it. So this plant is really, really pretty. Love that plant. The next plant I'm super excited that I put in the baby's room that I also got from Wegmans for only $14 is my white birds of paradise. I don't even know if you can see it, but look how big this plant is. Look at this leaf. Look how healthy and beautiful this plant is. It's just such a beautiful plant, guys. The birds of paradise plant, and this is such a cute little basket. This plant is beautiful. When I bought this plant, I noticed that I touched one of the stems or the stalks, and it has such a really thick stalk here, whereas it's a new leaf currently preparing. So I'm super excited about this plant. All right, guys, so I have some Wally Grow wall planters on the wall that I keep, and I moved to the guest bedroom. Ever since I moved these plants to the guest bedroom, these plants have been doing really well because they weren't doing the best in the other room. This is my neon pothos. I need to repot this one soon, but This one was getting kind of like a little dimsy or flimsy. You know, like some of the spots were coming on, as you can see. The brown spots. And I had to cut off some of the leaves because some of them were kind of ugly. So this one has been growing, and I'm just trying to recover a little bit more, but it's definitely vining and stuff. So I definitely need to water this one because this one needs water a lot. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my god, I need to water it. This one right here is the other one I was talking about, the other pothos, the silver pothos. This one just loved where I moved it. It was so like happy. It has so much growth, and it's finally, after like 2 years or a year, it's finally vining with new leaves, and it has so much new growth on it. Like, guys, those Joe's spikes are truly the best. I'm serious. So my other plant right here, I forgot to tell you, this is my rubber leaf plant. Doing really good. Just such a slow grower. I cleaned the leaves with neem oil and water, but it's such a slow grower. Like, oh my god, hurry up. But I just repotted this plant, so hopefully it will grow taller, because when those rubber ficus plants grow big, they look beautiful. Like, oh my gosh. So hopefully that one grows beautifully. Here is my what is this? Golden pothos plant, and it's just taking off. It's taking off. Like, look how long the vine is. Ever since I moved these plants to the guest room, they just fell in love with that guest room. Like, oh my god, I keep these 4 plants together. They are just so healthy and beautiful and just luscious, like super beautiful. And I need to water this one as well. This one needs to be watered too. This is my Pothos and Joy plant, I believe. This one's doing good. Look how long the vine is. It's never been this long. Since I moved it to the room again, look how long the vine is growing. It's so beautiful, but it's time to repot this one almost, because it's roots coming out of the bottom, and I definitely need to water this one too. These plants are in my Wally Grow, so it's hard to kind of peek through and see what's going on, but they're doing really good. These plants will limp if they need water, but I definitely need to water these too. And for Valentine's Day, my husband got me this plant. It is a rosier miniature rose plant. It had really pretty pink roses on it, and then the roses died, so I'm hoping that the roses will come back. You got to be careful with this plant, because this plant spiked me, honey. This thing is sassy, and it spiked me. Like, oh my god. So hopefully the roses grow from this one. I would like to have some roses in the house. And yeah, you can leave those down here because I have to water those. Yeah, guys, so the last plant is this one. This is the Sansevieria Wellfin plant. As you can see, she decided to have 2 babies. And I'm trying to figure out why they grow slim. Like, this one's so skinny. This is the mama plant, and this one is another plant that is skinny too and tall. Maybe I can repot it, maybe. But this plant doesn't give any issues. It's such a cute little plant. It looks so different with the little baby plants. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this Wellfin plant. But I keep it upstairs in the guest bedroom. It's a really cute piece to have when guests come. Also, I forgot to show you guys that at work, the security guard that I chat with a lot downstairs, she had some plants, some orchids, and I was like, girl, where are those orchids coming from? What are they doing? And she said, you want them? And I was like, sure. She's like, I was going to just take one. She's like, you want 2? It's 3 of them. She gave me 2 out of the 3. And they were for free. And look how pretty they are. Super pretty. So, white orchids are my favorite orchids. Like, they're super pretty. Now, some they started to limp a little bit and gave me an attitude. And I had to kind of peel them off. So, this one only has 2 orchids left. But this one has a lot of them left too. So, let's see. Orchids are very challenging. I don't do the best with them, but we will see, guys. So let me know if you have any tips for these orchids, but they are just so lush and pretty. So we will see. All right, guys. I think that's it. I showed you all of my plants, my new plants, my old plants. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for your continued support. And I will see you guys next time. I'm going to try to push out these videos more, but you know I'm slowing down. But yes, so let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And also don't forget to follow me on my plant page, Glam by Daya Plants. I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.